What's up, YouTube? It's your girl, allegedly A-lease, and I'm here to give you my thoughts and my opinions on Sister Wives. That's not the name of it. Come on, y'all. Let's talk about Married at First Sight. Before we get started, I just want to thank each and every person who has either liked the video or subscribed to the channel. Thank you so much for your support. It means the world to me. It would also mean the world to me if you are not subscribed to this channel, if you would hit that subscribe button as well as the notification bell so that you will be updated the moment that I upload a video. Also, if you're feeling this video, please support your girl and give me a quick thumbs up. Now let's get into Sister Wives. So we open with Vince back at his home, you know, the one with Bree. He says that he got to the parking deck and he just couldn't leave. And so he goes back inside and they have a conversation, and Bree says, "I'm so sorry if I offended you. I just thought we were having fun, so I made a joke." I'm just glad that these two came to a resolution because literally they're the only sane couple that we have this season. Erik tells us that Virginia is out of town for a wedding and that basic affection annoys her. So right now he's trying to find a balance. Chris meets with his pastor and his friend and tells them that he has officially asked Paige for a divorce because he knew that the moment she walked down the aisle, he was not attracted to her. But he felt that having several intimate moments with her would create an attraction. The pastor tells Chris, "Listen, you need to learn commitment because you are the one who made a covenant before God. Wife trumps everything." Chris gives that silly argument that I'm just trying to do what's right for my child. And the pastor says, you know what? If anything, Paige being involved is better for your child. I agree. Somebody's got to be the brains. Now, his friend Mikhail jumps in and says, "Chris, you need marriage." He really does, because he has poor decision-making skills. And clearly no one else has told him that he's wrong. So yeah, Chris needs this marriage. His friend continues calling off all the wonderful things that we see about Paige. And he basically says in the end, bruh, you hit it big with Paige. His pastor agrees and says, "Chris, you have a whole entire diamond in Paige." And because nobody's taking Chris's side as per usual, he gets all dramatic and says, "I'm done talking to y'all about this." And his pastor says, "You're just being selfish." Haley sits down with her friend and says, "After I had a moment to process this whole marriage thing, it just became too much for me." Haley, okay, girl. I like Haley's friend. Haley's friend says, "Okay, well, break it down for me. What is the issue?" And Haley starts going in and saying, "Oh, you know, he's stuck in the 80s. Have you seen his clothes?" And homegirl's like, "Okay, so you don't like his clothes. Big deal. You can change that. What's next?" And Haley looks stuck. She then tries to turn the girls' night turned couples night into Jacob's fault. And her friend says, "You've got to take some ownership and stop trying to run from your part in this, as you always try to run, friend, and move this relationship forward. It's more than just about you, boo-boo." And all of a sudden, Haley is now saying that she wants everything to work out. And I think the only reason she wants it to work out is because she did not get the response from her friend that she was hoping to get. I see you, Haley. I see you. Erik is complaining to his friend that Virginia still has some childish ways and she has a habit of up and running off without telling him where she is. And his friend says, you know, don't try to totally change her and stop holding your age over Virginia. Now, Vincent sits down with his friend and he's super tense as per Vince. And his friend is all light and fun. And he says, "So what caused you to want to leave the other night? Because what you shared with me really wasn't that serious." And here we go with Godfather Vinny. And he says, respect. I'm big on respect. And his friend is like, what? Bruh, what does that even mean? Like, come on, this is so not you, Vinny. Matter of fact, his friend, when he explained the whole wasting of the champagne, he said, Champagne Vinny, which, okay, why you didn't get mad at him the way that you got mad at Bree and walk out? Vince says that he felt that Bree should not have made any jokes and should have just cleaned up the champagne and kept quiet. So basically you want someone that's seen and not heard, right? Is that what you're saying, Vinny? Okay. And his friend says, stop being petty, bruh. You can't expect her to respond and read your head, but you can't even expect her to respond exactly how you want her to respond. And I agree. I really think that Vince is looking for a fight when there is no fight. Just be happy, Vince. The guys get together minus Chris, of course, and the girls get together minus Paige and Virginia. Claire says that her and Ryan had a tip over Jell-O shots, and I keep telling you this, Claire, you just wait until you're sitting in church praising the Lord and holding baby Elton. That man told you he's not going to argue with you. He can show you better than he can tell you, boo. It's going to be his way or the highway. So get ready, Claire. Get ready. Vince says coming home to another person can be hard sometimes when you want your alone time. My advice to you, Vince, drive slow. Drive really, really slow. That's why there's so much traffic nowadays, because people are driving slow to get home. They drive slow to get to work because they hate going but glad to have a job. And they drive slow to get home because they need that alone time. Drive slow. Meanwhile, Haley is talking herself into liking Jacob in front of the girls. I like him? Yeah, that's it. I like him. Yep, that's me. Liking him. You sound just like Chris, sis. I don't really understand if you see or not that you are just a female version of Chris. You don't like somebody until everyone else thinks that it's cool to like them. Either you like Jacob or you don't, sis. Now, Clara is frustrated that Ryan would actually like to know who his stranger wife is before consummating the marriage. Now, Clara, I don't know. If you down for it, let's go ahead and switch with Paige, because I'm sure Paige would give anything to be in your shoes right now and have a man that takes it slow, okay? Ryan is a good guy, but we can get you with Chris and take you for the ride of your life, because he's all about consummating marriages hour one, 2 seconds after saying I do. Now, he'll probably tell you he's not attracted to you the next day, but you'll get the marriage consummated. That's what you're looking for. Oh, God. Y'all, Virginia's back. I thought we were going to have a whole episode without Virginia. Dog. But Virginia's back, and she basically tells us that Erik is getting ready to meet the loves of her life, her 2 male best friends. This will be good. Meanwhile, across the complex, Chris calls his wife to set up time to meet with him and the mother-to-be. What? Why? For what? Paige says she's got to pray about it, but we all know that Paige is going to do it. Paige will do anything Chris tells her to. And now the moment we've all been waiting for. Virginia's 2 hot friends show up. Now, one of her male friends pulls Erik outside onto the balcony to have a one-on-one. And he tells Erik, hey, you need to try to not be so controlling. I just know you gonna go off on him the way that you went off on Chris. I just know it. Psych, Erik calmly explains his side. So it's clear who runs this marriage. Her friends. I'm gonna get up on this high horse for a second. Erik, why was it that you were okay with going off on Chris, but then as soon as Virginia's friends confront you about your controlling ways, then you back down and start kissing up to him? I just want to know. Asking for a few friends. We see a scene of Haley and Jacob actually getting to know each other. Good job, Haley. Good job. Everyone had to tell you to do it, but good job. Claire's friends couldn't make it to the gathering at her and Ryan's house, so Bree and Haley step in, which was really sweet. But of course, Claire being Claire, she rudely brings up that she's never seen her husband with his shirt off to his friends. Girl, these are his friends, not your therapist. Vince and Bree bypass the friends and bring the family together. See, this is why I like them. See, they so smart. Forget the friends. Bring the family together, because that's who really needs to get along. Vince's mother couldn't make it to the wedding, so this is actually her first time meeting Bree. They play a fun game of getting to know Bree and Vince, and this family is such a breath of fresh air with the level of support that they give Bree and Vince. And we all know that Bree and Vince are a breath of fresh air, but it's really good to see the family get together and have fun, genuine fun. You could feel the love coming through the screen. There was Bree's sister, her mother, Vincent's brother, and his mother. And it was just a good time. No drama to be had whatsoever. And this is what we need before we start yelling at the screen at Reverend Chris. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the moment that Chris has wanted us all to wait for. Wait a minute. Side note, what woman, I don't care what race you are, what woman shows up with a smile on her face after she finds out that she is with child by a man who slipped off and got married? What woman? And another side note, is it just me or does Paige and Mercedes favor? Maybe I'm tripping, but Mercedes is a tinge lighter in hue, but they got some features that are very similar to each other. Chris, you sat up here and told this woman you weren't attracted to her, yet your ex-fiance looks like they could be cousins or sisters? Really? Miss me with that. Mercedes says that she's 7 weeks along and that she has no ill feelings towards Paige. Girl, that's the wife, okay? It don't matter how you feeling. That's wifey, whether you like it or not. Legally, that's wifey. Paige asked Mercedes how did she feel finding out that Chris was getting married, and Mercedes puts on that smug Gabrielle Union face that she makes this face in every movie, and I can't seem to do it, but I'll try. But she's like, I had no idea. Girl, yes you did. Now I know I'm new in these YouTube streets, and we're still getting to know each other, but just so you know, I have a BS in BS. I am a BSologist, and in my expert opinion, Mercedes is full of it. That's why she was so fidgety. Plus, Mercedes keeps saying, this is all so confusing. Yet you showed up for your time in the spotlight. Paige says, well, I don't have any questions at this point, Mercedes, but if you have any questions, fire away. Mercedes says, I'm still trying to process it, one day at a time. Just try to stay calm. Miss me with that, Mercedes. Now, the Paige that we've all been waiting for finally arrives to the party. I guess better late than never. And she says, Chris shared with me that he fears falling in love with me. Then she shares with Mercedes that she too thought that she was with child. And Mercedes says, by who? And my mama, y'all, she's so petty. She's yelling through the phone, by her husband. Now, Paige says that she felt that she got the short end of the stick because her intentions were pure. And Reverend Chris says, but my intentions were pure too. And Mercedes just sits there with that stupid look on her face as Chris is basically telling her, I meant to marry this woman. He said his intentions were pure. Paige says, yeah, but I still question his intentions, and it has nothing to do with you, Mercedes, and everything to do with my marriage. Shade. I love it. Get 'em. Now, Mercedes says she isn't interested in working anything out with Chris, as Chris previously stated to Paige. And we know that that's a lie because y'all just got back from Mexico together in real time, Mercedes. So which is it? As Paige talks to Mercedes about the fact that nobody at all forced Chris to sign up for this show and to get married at first sight. Chris says, well, if you got something to say, you need to say it directly to me. Don't say it to her. What you gonna do about it, Chris? Paige says, this marriage no longer serves me any purpose. Oh, now you feel that way. You finally feel that way. After this man has thrown this woman in your face the entire season, and then he sits her right in front of you. Now you finally feel that way. Congratulations, Paige. Welcome to the party. We've been telling you this all season. You couldn't hear us yelling through the screen? And Paige looks over to Mercedes and says, you look beautiful. And she says, you're beautiful too. Y'all look alike. Y'all are sister wives. Chris says he doesn't want to play with her emotions. Bruh, you chewed that gum up till it had no more flavor, then you spit it out. You totally played with that girl's emotions. This fool says that his actions back it up and that he respects her too much. I hate to see how you treat folks that you don't respect. Goodness. Chris says Paige acts as if he mistreated her the entire time. Bro, the moment you got married, you was mistreating this woman. Bruh, really? But then Christina gets up and storms out, as per usual. The sister wives continue to talk, and then they hug it out. And baby, that's where we leave it. So y'all help me. Is it that Erik backed down from Virginia's friends because he was weak? Or because he just wanted to keep the peace? Is Haley only making a conscious effort to get to know Jacob and actually like him because everyone else is telling her to? And is it just me, or did Chris and Mercedes just want their time to shine and they're both in on this together? Let's chat about it down in the comments. Until the next time, I'm allegedly A-lease. Peace.